Wilhelm Steinitz, the first official world chess champion. It's time for a book review. This is The Games of Wilhelm Steinitz, annotated by Wilhelm Steinitz, edited by Sid Pickard. So this game consists of a lot of Wilhelm Steinitz games. It's from 1995. And let's see what it says. In the back cover, it says that it is well known that the surest way to improve one's skill at chess is to carefully play over the games of the great masters. The greatest masters, of course, are the world champions, and the student is well advised to select one from this handful of the best to model his play after. All the better if the chosen world champion has provided deep and careful annotations for his best games to increase our understanding. Here are the collected games of Wilhelm Steinitz, whose teachings about chess transformed the royal pastime into a modern science. So here we have altogether 1,022 games of Steinitz, and whole 227 of them, nearly 25%, are beautifully annotated by Steinitz himself. So there's a lot of games in this book. It's for chess players of every level. They can benefit from Steinitz games. So it looks like this inside. So you can see the annotations are sparse. They have them, but it's like one quarter out of them. If you are interested in Steinitz and his career, and you want to check any of his games, basically, at least any of his well-known like tournament games, then you can find them here. It's nice, the beginning, it says, well, first there's an introductory forward and so on. Then there's this kind of interesting puzzle. It's called Zukertort and Steinitz. It's made into whoever moves first. And this problem was made in the shape of CS and created by the very famous and very gifted Sam Loyd to celebrate the first official World Chess Championship, the 1886 Steinitz-Zukertort match. So have a crack at it, if you will. It's a nice introduction. And then part one, match and tournament games. Games start. They have a London International Tournament 1862, June 16, August 2. Steinitz score was +6, equals 3, -5. Barely plus result. 6th place, and so on. We have right immediately here Anderssen, Steinitz, the two giants of the 1900 chess. There we go. The book is full of games. And as you may know, the Vienna International Tournament, yes, Vienna is an important city in chess. As you may know, Steinitz in his young age was quite a romantic player. Steinitz Blackburn, this might be interesting. London 1883. Steinitz won in 40 moves. So Blackburn is another romantic player. So Steinitz was a quite romantic player before he became a chess scientist, so to speak. So I think you can find pretty interesting encounters here. And as being said, the annotations could be more. And there's not a lot of text. I mean, there's just like informator style almost, like this kind of annotations. A lot of Zukertort games, obviously, and some end games. Not all. It's just romantic fight to the death, or who mates first, rather. Yes, Steinitz versus Pillsbury, London 1899. This is interesting. Been studying lately. I started to study Pillsbury's games, and here it's a. I could add a little anecdote of the game I actually studied just yesterday. What a coincidence, right? When Pillsbury, or rather Steinitz, when he lived later in his life, he lived in America, He had a simul in 1892, 20-player simul, and guess who was one of the players? Well, the great young Pillsbury, still yet unknown, and he actually beat Steinitz in a very fine effort in basically a miniature game. So there's a little anecdote. They would later on to play more games, obviously. And Pillsbury was kind of a modern player that time and date. And so okay, but this book is about Steinitz, and well, obviously he met a lot of great players, you know. So Steinitz Lasker, obviously, and there's a lot of NNs also. There's another NN. So kudos to Steinitz. He really cannot underestimate him. He changed the game, a lot of it, and this guy right here. I wonder what kind of chess moves was he thinking when this picture was taken. I don't know when this was taken, you know. So go at it if you will. If you like Steinitz. Could be worse, yeah. There's a new book of Steinitz called Steinitz in London also. So that might be actually... there's even, there's like 600 games, but the annotations are better in that game, that book, I think, and it covers Steinitz time in London or in UK. So that's another sort of recommendation if you want to, if you are interested in Steinitz books. But yeah, it will take a few nights, few evenings, or mornings, or whatever time you want to explore these to go through these games. And you need to use your own mind often. But here there are some annotations still. Okay, that's it.